morning, and welcome to the Demons Clubcast episode 23 with your hosts K13 and myself, UncleChowdr. We are short Maddogg again today. He is not feeling the best, so I hope he feels better.
Yeah, get better, bud.
And I hope you had a good weekend last weekend with the fam bam during Easter. I didn't get to talk to you too much, but hope you had a good time, my friend. Um, as per usual, let's start it out with what we've been playing. Since I got your gameplay up, Kyle, why don't you go ahead and go first?
I've been playing Predecessor and Bigger, kind of just rotating the two. Um, Predecessor yesterday was kind of pissing me off, so spent a lot of time on Bigger yesterday. I just really enjoy it. I don't know. I just something about it is really fun to me. It's really hard when you play encounters, so it's like one shot deaths basically,
Mm-hmm.
especially if you're just like exposed. Um, but there's a lot of strategy and just like kind of ways around you don't have to engage someone. You can kind of bait them certain directions and then, you know, get the kill. I think right here, yeah. I'm working my way to a kill because I get shot at, I think. But yeah. So that's basically it though.
Fuck yeah. Well, I have been playing God of War still. Really, really enjoying that. That game is a ton of fun. Like I can't even express how much fun I've actually been having with that shit. It's hard for me to stay away from it actually right now. I've
It
been
looks really good.
It is. It's an incredibly pretty game. And it's really well done. The mechanics feel great. Running around and doing all the things, it feels really good. I've had no complaints. Um, and I do enjoy games like that where there's that puzzle aspect where you kind of gotta find your way around and figure shit out. Sometimes I get irritated, and sometimes, straight up, I'm just a dumb stoner. I fucking miss little paths that are right in front of my face. I'll walk by it like 6 times. I'm like, where am I supposed to go? I get all fucking mad. And then it's like, oh fuck, it was right there under my face. That
I do that
happens.
all the time
Ex-
on single player games. I'm just like, what the fuck, dude?
exactly, dude. It happens so much, but it's a really good time. I've also been playing COD. I haven't had a chance to hop on Rebirth yet because I've been waiting for some boys to get on. Because I definitely want to get down on some Rebirth. I played
Looks like
some.
they did it right.
Yeah, they fucking everybody that I've been talking to has been saying nothing but good things about Rebirth. Um, but the one thing I have been seeing a lot of, and this is something that'll probably make you laugh, because I've been just clowning on fucking people on Twitter. I've been talking mad shit to mostly COD streamers because I cannot tell you how many fucking posts on Twitter I've seen lately of fucking big time streamers who think they're all that bitching about people stacking in a squad mode. Are you fucking kidding me? You're going to sit here and complain about 4 players doing what the game is intended to do, and you guys all stick
Right.
together and play as a team and win? Oh my god. You're telling me you're not as good as you think and you can't solo a whole quad? Oh, no shit. Like, holy fuck. It was irritating to me to see all these posts and listen to these videos of fucking streamers and their clips, like, bitching about people stacking when they're fighting them. Like, what the fuck do you think they're gonna do? Of course they're gonna stack. It's what you're supposed to do. God.
Yeah, I don't know. I hate it because it's like there's two rooms in this fucking building and you guys are in one of them.
Yeah, and I mean,
You know,
I totally get
it
that, but
drives me nuts, but
it's a squad mode. There are 4 players, and
totally.
like they just added new things they added incentives for your team to stick together. I forget exactly what they were, but there's like these perks and shit that your squad can get if you
Oh
guys stick
yeah.
together. You can get like
I forgot
radar
about that.
pings and shit like that. So of course
Mhm.
people are gonna be sticking together because it's the smart thing to do. They've given you reasons why to. Like, of course, you're going to have a hard time fighting 3 people who are all looking for you, shooting at you, and communicating because they know where you're at.
Right.
Like, I just don't feel that bad when it comes down to it because it's like, yes, it might irritate some people, but if you want to fight people one on one, go play solos. That's what it's there for. Like,
Right.
I don't really know what else to say. Um, I've
Or
been
fucking solo queue by yourself.
Yeah, exactly. Or solo queue into squads. Like, and if you think you're that good, you're just gonna have to deal with people stacking because that's what's going on. Or play big map. Like, do anything else. I just don't
Right.
understand why people have to get mad and act like it's a bad thing for players to stick together. That's why you play quads because you have teammates.
Right.
So,
Yeah.
but I've been playing a little bit of COD and then Predecessor, and then I played Vigor with you last night till pretty late. That's I
Yeah, bro.
we were up pretty
I get
late
to bed
last
till
night.
like 1:30.
Yeah, dude, that last guy I killed, that one that killed you and Brandon, I
Yeah.
fucking killed that guy and I went through all of his stuff. Dude, he had like I have like military booby traps now. I have like a whole bunch of crazy shit I did not even
Oh yeah.
yeah,
I
like
played one more after.
oh yeah, I killed that guy cuz he dropped down on the stairs right next to me thinking he was going to get the drop on me, but I fucked him up. So, um
Yeah, I saw it. That was nice.
I
It's
can
it's how quick a game can change. A little 3v1, but he had the angle on me for sure, and just I don't know, took advantage, didn't miss a shot. It
Well,
was
yeah, no.
literally 1 for 1.
Well, no, it actually made me laugh after I got the booby traps and I seen how that went. I started laughing. I was like, I could see a whole line of video content of just someone loading in solos with booby traps, going to that same building
Yeah,
and getting to the same place at that angle and just waiting with like a silenced weapon for a fucking team of three to come through there, just like
yeah.
last time.
Those buildings in particular are really nasty for that because of the angles from upstairs and like the just
Hmm.
the barricades that you have in front of you. You, like can't shoot through anything really. There's a few things you can like
Get
kind of, like fences and stuff, but like
yeah.
yeah.
No, I can see the appeal to this game. Like I told you, I just this is Vigor is not a game I would sit and play by myself though.
Oh, totally. Yeah, I could totally see that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but like I called it last night, I do still 100% think this game is just Tarkov light.
Yeah.
But it's still a good time. I do like the way the mechanics feel, and the game is pretty good looking for it being a PS4 version of the game. It actually looks pretty good. So,
Mhm.
um, makes me I know this isn't Unreal Engine 5, but it makes me excited for what PUBG could end up feeling like
Yes.
when it's all said and done.
It's like a mesh of like a lot of games that we've played. I feel like,
Yeah.
there's definitely like pub aspects and
I would really like to see
uh,
I would really like to see
battle
PUBG.
royale.
It would be really awesome if PUBG could get this fluid of movement in their game going, you know what I mean? Like
Yes.
have it feel like this and move like this cuz it would change the
Hey,
game for sure.
yeah, you just like don't move well at all. I'm
No.
curious if maybe Unreal Engine 5 is going to change some of that.
I hope so. I hope they figure out something to make that game feel smoother cuz it's rough, dude.
I don't I don't need to get like fucking zigzagged on, but like you kind of can do in this game,
Yeah.
depending on the who you are, I guess. But a little bit of an upgrade would be nice there on PUBG.
Yeah, it feels like you're running through quicksand all the time, even if you turn up everything like to the movements shit. It just makes me feel like I'm moving through quicksand all the time.
Right.
So, and the other game that I downloaded and played this week was Halo Infinite because we've been watching the Halo TV show. I just had the
Oh,
itch,
cool.
and they've added a bunch of Halo 3 maps from the good old days into the multiplayer rotation for Infinite.
Hell
What
yeah.
a badass time that was. Dropping into some of those old school maps, I was like a little bit of a kicking the nostalgia balls a little bit there, just like, hey, check this out. You haven't played on this map in forever. It felt really cool to like play on those maps. But it's got the all the upgrades that Halo Infinite has. There's sprinting and sliding and all the stuff. So it was a nice little
Nice.
change up. But and then off stream, I've still been working on Spider-Man a little bit. Like if I'm just sitting playing watching Naruto and I'm not gonna stream, I'll fucking play a little bit of Spider-Man 2 because I started a new game plus when they added that feature. And
Mm.
That has been really awesome because I just got to start from the beginning with all of the shit I unlocked for my first playthrough, level
Nice.
everything, and it even kept my skill points that I didn't use, which fucking was sick. So,
That's
I've
dope.
yeah, that's what I said too. I was like, holy shit, they really New Game Plus this one. They just let you start over right from the beginning. Makes me excited for when they have DLC because I can just keep playing on this character and then go into the DLC
Hmm.
with some, all my shit unlocked. So,
Yeah.
uh, but besides that, it's been pretty calm, uh, with the games. I've been just not trying to jump around too much. My Destiny playtime has really fallen off. Um, I need to hop back in there probably. I missed out on getting the skimmer, but the grind on the skimmer was just like I don't know if I explained this to you, but there was the Guardian Games event for Destiny, which a lot of people know about. They do like this event during springtime and I think during fall.
Hmm.
And the reward this time was this exotic, essentially hoverboard that you could use to replace the Sparrow, which everybody really wanted. And the only way to unlock it is by completing one of three objectives. One of them was farming 1,200 event medals, which,
Jesus.
yeah, which me playing as much as I could while at work and trying to juggle a couple other games with the boys, I was only able to get like 150 medals. So that was a
Oh my
slog of a
God.
grind. Okay.
Jesus.
Yeah. And
Good luck on the other 950 or whatever.
exactly. And then the other one, I forget what the other there was one other one I forget what it was. Oh no, it was one of them was be you have to be lucky kind of and be using the winning faction because the Guardian games they kind of make it a competition between the three classes, the Titans, the Warlocks and the Hunters. And so everybody's kind of competing for a high score. And if
Hmm.
you're using the winning class, you get one of the winners things, winners bundles. And if you were able to open one of those, you were able to complete the objective, or you had to get in the top 10% of a nightfall score, um, for the event. Now, that one was arguably the easiest one, but the problem with that is you have to wake up before everybody else on reset day and be one of the first people to do a nightfall so that your score was first in there, so it was one of the first scores because then technically you're in the top 10 percentile, right? Easy to go.
Hmm.
Well, I was never able to time it right because reset day is on Tuesday while I'm at work.
Oh my God.
Yeah, so that didn't work, and I unfortunately chose wrong all 3 weeks of the Guardian games and never got to choose one, or never got to open one winning package.
Damn.
Yeah, the Destiny grind.
That's ass cheeks.
Yeah, it'll suck the life out of you. It'll suck the life right out of you, dude. It's pretty disheartening, honestly. It was,
Yeah.
but um, I don't plan on stopping. The final shape is coming soon, and I've already decided I'm gonna see it all the way through. I'm gonna get the final shape. I'm gonna pre-order it, and I'm gonna play the shit out of it, and finish this story with Destiny 2. I've put this much time and money into it. I I kind of feel obligated to see it through at this point, you know what I mean? So,
Hmm.
definitely I am excited for it though. Like it's it'll be the end of an era. And I'm sure Destiny 2 will still be going for a while after that cuz Destiny 1 even is still going right now. They're still doing maintenance on that game and stuff as we speak. So people are still playing that, but I definitely would love to, see what they're going to do next, and I hope Marathon isn't a huge disappointment. But I would really like to see another Destiny game, I think, down the road, just because fucking it
I think
scratched
they
my
will.
itch. It scratched my itch so good, dude. If they come out with another one, I'll be one of those suckers that everybody complains about. I'll be there motherfucking day one. 110%, and I do not care because I fucking love that game. So, and I really love Bungie. Um, as developers, I really enjoy Bungie games. I played Halo 1, 2, and 3 and ODST out the wazoo, so I love Bungie. But as for what I've been playing, that's about it.
Oh yeah,
Let's see. I'm gonna unplug my controller.
always a wide range for you. I love
Yeah,
it.
I know. I'm almost playing too much. Um, Side note, the lady got into a beta for a phone game. That was pretty cool to
Ooh,
see. Yeah, a closed one. She had to sign an NDA. So obviously I'm not gonna talk about it too much,
oh,
but um
give me the deets.
I'll tell you after the stream actually what game it was because it was actually pretty cool. I watched her play it for a little bit. So, um,
Hell yeah.
I'm really more and more. I just have to say, like, I know people used to clown on mobile games, but more and more,
Oh, dude, they're way different
I
now.
find myself thoroughly impressed by what people are able to accomplish with these phones. Especially, I
Yeah.
just got not too long ago. I upgraded to the S24 Ultra, which I've told you, and
Hmm.
this phone runs everything so incredible, and the games, like playing games on it, it does games at 120 frames. If the phone
Jesus.
game will support 120 frames, it will play it at 120 frames, which is impressive as hell, dude. And there's like
Yeah, that's dope.
different modes that you can put this phone into. Like you can put it into like a power saving mode, so it'll cut the graphics for you. Like there's graphics options on my phone for when I'm playing games. I'm like, holy shit, dude, this thing's almost nicer than my fucking PC.
Right?
You
That's
know?
crazy.
So, and
Phones are just way different now, though.
yeah,
Like,
exactly.
I don't know.
I mean, compared to like, the first games that we used to see, or the first games we used to see on like the iPod touches, you know?
Oh my God. Yeah.
Yeah, dude, but there were some goldies on the iPod Touch, dude. Some goldies, and that's where I, developed my love of Angry Birds. Dude, I play Angry Birds 2 every day, still to this day. All right.
Yes, I don't play too many like new mobile games. Like I'm pretty set on Simpsons Tapped Out. Like that
Okay.
consumes me enough. And then like I play on Emily's account because she doesn't really play it anymore. And I'm like, well, let me design your city for you. So
See, my top played games on my phone are 110% Angry Birds 2, and then I have this game called True Skate, which is literally finger skateboarding, but on your phone. There it just shows a
that's wicked.
skateboard in a park, and then you use your finger to tap, and then you gotta like swipe on the board to do ollies and kickflips and stuff. It's actually a really good time. Um, and of
Oh,
course,
I guess I do play another game called Gardenscapes. It's like a puzzle game,
okay.
but
And
it's
I have
pretty
Fallout
easy.
Shelter on my phone because I do dabble in the Fallout Shelter. I really think that was a fucking home run for Bethesda. Um,
Hmm.
Fallout Shelter is great, and my last honorable mention is, of course, Fruit Ninja.
Yeah, Fruit Ninja is fucking clutch.
And
You ever download that? Just want to swipe for days. Like
I
that's
paid for the
that's
full
the game.
version. I paid for the full
Fuck
version.
yeah.
99 cents, baby. I didn't give a fuck. I was like, I'm buying this.
You know,
That's
I probably did too because it probably was 99 cents once upon a time.
exactly like Once Upon a Time. Oh, and then I guess one more honorable mention because I was getting down on this last night, or not last night, the night before
Kingdom
last.
Rush.
Dude, Bloons Tower Defense 5, not 6. Bloons Tower Defense 5. 5 was my favorite.
I haven't played that Tower Defense, but Kingdom Rush is actually a very fun game.
Fuck yeah,
There's
dude.
multiple versions for that. Also Tower Defense, but like medieval setting, kind of cartoony, but almost realistic
Hmm.
ish art style to it.
Speaking of medieval stuff, I just have to say I'm getting the chivalry itch lately again.
Yeah.
every
Hell yeah. Bash some skulls.
every once in a while, it's just so goddamn satisfying to do that. Like you just get those good hits in, you're like, yeah, dude.
I got like five at a time. We're just like, okay, I think I'm just gonna leave after this game.
I feel like a god.
Yeah.
But now that I got my phone plugged in, that was my phone was getting ready to, I didn't plug it in last night. Okay. Um so the first article I want to jump into, quick one, pretty sick. Um, Bully and LA Noir are coming to GTA
Yeah.
Plus later this year. And GTA Online is getting another update for the summertime, is what it's sounding like. Rockstar Games has announced that Bully and LA Noir will be added to the GTA Plus subscription service later in 2024, joining the recently added Red Dead Redemption and hinting at a more classic Rockstar titles to come. Um, Bully, a beloved open world game about a juvenile delinquent, was originally released in 2006, had a sequel in development that was ultimately canceled. LA Noir, set in 1947 Los Angeles, is another fan favorite open world game that has been highly anticipated for a sequel, despite the closure of its developer, Team Bondi. Quick side note, if you have not played LA Noir and you are into um mysteries, murder mysteries, that kind of stuff, LA Noir is a ton of fun. It's, you know,
Yeah,
World War
that's a really
II.
good game.
Yeah, the fucking cars are awesome. They're beautiful. And you're a fucking detective and you're solving crimes. And you have to go look for clues. You have to interrogate people. You have to decide whether or not they're lying. It is a ton of fun.
Yeah,
Um,
you gotta like read their facial expressions, which I think an updated version would be much better. I had some issues with that
it's
sometimes in
hard.
that game, unless it was like super obvious.
Yeah.
But I think with like a newer engine and like more finer detail, I think it's gonna look a lot nicer for that specifically.
Yeah. The game is a ton of fun, and it's been forever since I played Bully, but I fondly remember playing Bully on PS2 back in the day. So,
You know, I never got into it.
yeah, open world, it's like imagine little kid GTA.
That's what I've heard. And I'm just
Yeah.
like, how's that legal?
I mean, it shouldn't have been, but it's Rockstar. They can do what they want.
It's so sick, bro. I love Rockstar.
Yeah. Um, but
It's so funny, man. Just
um
beating the shit out of people.
yeah, dude, you're just a kid running around annoying other fucking like throwing shit at adults and fighting adults and shit. It was a good time, dude. In addition to those classic games, in addition,
Mhm.
let me reread this. In addition to these
Really?
classic game addition, oh my gosh, this article was written really terribly. In addition to these classic game additions, that's exactly why I was getting tongue tied there. I was reading the same word twice.
Yeah, additions in the same sentence. It's not even the sentence isn't even done yet.
Yeah. Rockstar has teased a big update for GTA Online this summer, which will include a chance to acquire a new bonus supercar as part of the GTA Plus membership. This news comes as anticipation builds for the highly awaited release of GTA 6, which Rockstar has confirmed will arrive sometime in 2025, leaving fans wondering about the future of current GTA Online. Yeah, honestly, I was shocked to hear that they were planning another big update, but I'm assuming this one's gonna be like their final goodbye update for
Yeah.
GTA Online, just because, you know, and we've talked about it on the pod in a much earlier episode. We talked about it when the trailer dropped about how we, you know, some of us in the Demons Club think that um GTA 6 might not even have a online component just because of how big GTA Online is in its current form. Um,
Yep.
and
Really hard to convert them.
I can respect that, but I can also see a future where if they get GTA Online with one more big update and then they don't have to keep a full crew on it to be making stuff just to maintain it. You know what I mean? Like
Hmm.
maintain it, leave it running for the people who want to play it, but let's start something new because you know just as well as I do, people will go spend the money if it's good. If Rockstar builds it, people will come. It's
Yeah,
just the way it
exactly.
works. So,
I mean, I think they could do it. I just how do you pitch a GTA Online like two essentially, and then
I
you
mean,
know,
it's gonna be
and
next
then
gen
eventually,
only as
or do you
well.
just shut down online and just like, all
Well, it's
right, we'll boot it back up and it'll just be free for everyone, and then hopefully everything transfers over.
well, but that's the thing though is I don't think they're gonna be planning. I don't think they're gonna plan on transferring over. I think this is gonna be a start fresh. I think it'll be
That's
two
tough,
I
man.
think it'll be two different games personally. Yeah, it'll be tough for sure, but I personally think it'll be two different games. Like yeah, a lot of people have put a lot of money and stuff into their GTA Online, but if they maintain it and keep it running as, like they give it that final update and that's it, the game's like as updated as it's going to be, I don't really see too much of an issue with them starting a brand new one because the old one's there. You can still go be in Los Santos and play in Los Santos and enjoy GTA 5 and enjoy all the stuff
Mhm.
that you have there, and it's all still doing its thing. But we have a whole new experience as well if you want to check that out.
Oof. I don't know, man. That's tough.
It is tough. It's very tough because that's a big online community.
Yeah,
So
it's probably the largest. Well, one of at least.
one of the largest, I would say, one of the largest. So we'll wait and see. I'm excited either way. Man.
Yeah, I think either way that it'll succeed.
Hmm.
I just can't imagine basically having like three separate GTA games essentially.
I mean, technically before.
GTA 6 and then online 2. Just wow, that's crazy.
Technically
Hopefully,
it's
I don't
four
know. I
because
hope they find a way.
you have GTA 5, then GTA Online, then you'd have GTA 6, and then
True.
GTA Online.
I just feel like the game's old enough. Like, who hasn't played the campaign?
Yeah.
I don't know. I
Actually, I
hope
know
there's a
someone
way
who
they can
hasn't
just
played the campaign.
consolidate to one.
Just so you know,
Wow,
I
that's
do know
tough.
someone who hasn't played the campaign. So
Wow, they
I
need
know
to.
someone who has Red Dead Redemption 2 and never played the
Oh
campaign.
my
Only
god.
played the
Oh my
online.
god.
Only.
Stop it.
Dude, I'm not kidding. I'm not kidding. It's a real thing. And his name is Ty. He's one of my homies.
Ty, if you're listening, you need to get on that. That's like it's like better than the whole experience, bro.
Yeah, the story for Red Dead Redemption 2 is arguably
It's
the best
so
game
good.
of all time, dude, for me. That was like
I've cried in like three games that I've played,
and
and
that was
two of
one of
them
them.
are both red. Yeah, two
Yeah.
of them is both Red Dead Redemptions.
Yeah, dude. Those games,
Those games are so good, man. I get sucked into those characters. Like I love them.
dude, Arthur Morgan is arguably my favorite main character of a video game ever, dude.
Yeah.
It was so good. The voice acting was so well done in every character. There was not a single character in Red Dead 2 where I was like, "Ooh, that guy was not doing a great job."
Yeah, like everyone has a purpose and like even the NPCs are like
Yeah, dude.
entertaining and it's just like, man,
I'll
what a
never
solid fucking
Yeah,
franchise.
I'll never forget when that game first came out and I took like 3 days off of work to sit at home and play that shit, dude. And I'm riding back to camp for the first time after hunting a fucking deer, and I'm
Oh
like
yeah.
taking it back to camp, and there's this guy on the side of the road cleaning out his horse's fucking horseshoe, and I like stopped to talk to him because it like showed me the little prompt, and I was like all stoked about it, and I like went to say something to him, and the horse bucked and kicked the dude in the side of the head and killed the guy right in front of me.
Oh my God.
I've never seen anything like that in a video game. I was like, my
That
jaw
shit's
just,
so funny.
dude, my jaw just dropped. I was like, no fucking way did that happen just now in front of me. And
The
then
shit
like,
that happens in those games.
yeah, dude, it's like
In the GTA.
the random shit. And like the first time I went into that little town in Red Dead Redemption 2, I fucking got to witness a bar fight of some guy who was macking on some other dude's wife,
Hmm.
and he threw the guy out the saloon window into the mud, beat the shit out of him right there in front of me, and he goes, "No, I'm gonna go kiss your wife," and walks into the back into the saloon. And I was like, "No shit, that just happened right in front of me. What the fuck?"
It happens in both games, but I love the interactions of like helping someone and like maybe they're gonna turn on you.
Yeah. See, and I really hope they throw some of that into GTA 6. Like, I really
Hmm.
hope they throw some of that into GTA 6 because, God, it would be so much fun to be able to run into shit like that.
Yeah, maybe they can like integrate something to where
Hmm.
like you can react to them pulling a gun or a knife on you or something, and
Yeah.
like it like changes the camera perception. That'd be sick.
Yeah, no, just the Rockstar always they always find a way to take a game to the next level. And
Hmm.
I'm so very excited to see what that means for GTA 6 because, like that was the other thing. I forget who I was talking about it with, but it wasn't too long ago. We were think about the distinction between like the difference there was between Grand Theft Auto 3 and then Grand Theft Auto
Oh my
4.
God.
Like when you
Yeah,
go,
every one is so different.
yeah, and the other thing I noticed, GTA Rockstar has been really good about the Grand Theft Auto franchise, where you have like you'll have like their major installment, right? You had GTA 3, and then think about all the spin-offs. Like, yes, they were still big installments, but
Yeah.
you could almost call them spin-off games. Like, arguably, I still played San Andreas more than any other Grand Theft Auto, but it wasn't a numbered Grand Theft Auto. It was one of the named ones. You had Vice City, San Andreas, Liberty City Stories, Vice City Stories, and then Grand Theft Auto 4 came out, and that was a huge change to the whole game because they added all those new physics in and the new driving physics, and it had that
Hmm.
really updated engine. And then they made Grand Theft Auto: The Ballad of Gay Tony, Grand Theft
Yeah, I
Auto
was gonna say there was those like the one you could play as like the bikers and
yeah,
shit too.
The Lost and the Damned. Both of
Yeah,
those were excellent stories. The Ballad of Gay Tony was the one
fucking
that,
excellent.
yeah, and they added helicopters and planes into the game. And you could
Hmm.
parachute, actually. You could actually like skydive in the Ballad of Gay Tony, um, which was a big deal. And then I noticed, like, yes, it's not exactly the same, but they took that engine, upgraded it, and then we got Grand Theft Auto 5. Now, my argument is that we didn't get any named GTAs in the last 10 years, or any fucking or any other
No.
side spin-offs, because we have GTA Online. That was their side
Yeah.
spin-off. That was their other game that they just kept updating, right?
Yep. Yep.
So I can only imagine what kind of leap we're gonna get with GTA 6. And I'm really hoping that this won't be the game that Rockstar we end up being a little disappointed, because Rockstar can't just hold up on that full promise. But Rockstar has not been one to let me down yet, so I'm just gonna keep my hopes high. I don't care if I end up disappointed. I'm gonna
Yeah.
keep my hopes high because Rockstar just always is out there killing it.
Yeah. I'm with you on that. Like, it seems like a crazy, impossible task to like one up GTA 6, but they've continuously done it for decades.
Yep. I mean, look at the difference
Every
between Red Dead 1 and Red Dead 2.
Yeah, like it's crazy the difference between the next game
Yep.
in line for them. It's they really are one of the best publishers out there. Like it's crazy.
Yep, and that's why when I hear people complain about crunch and Rockstar, I'm like, shut up a little bit. All right, listen.
Yeah,
Yes, I get that crunch isn't like, people shouldn't be working fucking 70-hour weeks every fucking week. But if they got to do a couple fucking 60-hour weeks to get some shit done, and their games are
yeah,
turning out like that, I'm sorry, I'm not going to sit here and fucking be like, "Oh, like, you guys put out the best quality in the world and you guys should pat yourselves
yeah.
on the back for it." Like, yes, you have to
I think
work
some of that
incredibly
is a
hard.
little exaggerated.
Yeah, like, yes, you guys have to work incredibly hard, but you guys have also made this, like, arguably the best games out there. So, pat yourselves on the back. Your hard work that you put in is worth it.
Yeah, I don't think Rockstar is doing what I forget who they were like last year, but they were literally doing it like every week, where they're doing like 60, 70s. But Rockstar, I don't think is doing that. I think it's like, hey, maybe like once a month or something. I don't know.
Yeah, and like I said, if you gotta work, and you gotta work a little extra hard to put out that type of content. Like, I get you must be working extra hard because these games are fucking incredible.
Yeah, they're like 10 out of 10s every time they win Game of the Year every time they come out because
Well,
like they they
Red
do
Dead,
so much.
if I remember correctly, Red Dead 2 got fucking uh
Yeah,
beat out by, what was it,
but
Overwatch that year? Was it Overwatch?
something like that. Yeah,
Ugh.
there was one that went to God of War, and I thought I think it was wasn't it Red Dead? Wasn't it Red Dead and God of War?
Oh, it
I
might
don't
have been
remember.
Red Dead and God of War. I'm trying to
I don't think Red Dead won that year, which is stupid.
It's funny they count Red Dead Redemption 2 as a survival game, which really cracks me up.
Because it's so realistic.
Release date 2018.
Oh yeah, yeah. It's
2018
God of War.
game of the year. Yeah, I think it was God of War. Yeah. Okay, listen, I give it that. God of War was fucking the first God of War was pretty good. I have my complaints with it, but I still think Red Dead
Overwatch
should have.
did win one year though.
Yeah, I still think I still personally think Red Dead should have beat out fucking God of War. I'm sorry, that's just my opinion, but I still think Red Dead should have beat out God of War.
Yeah, that game's just they're too good, man.
Yeah, the story, the fucking the visuals in Red Dead, and that's the thing is like both of those games are arguably they're so beautiful in their own ways. Like they're so beautiful in
Hmm.
their own ways. Like God of War is so pretty because it's fantastical and it's you're in Asgard and you're going between the realms and you're got you're fucking at the huge is it the no, it's not the tree. What the fuck do they call that tree? I forget what the name of that tree is, but you're on the huge branches of it and there's fucking huge fantastical creatures and it looks beautiful. But then you play Red Dead 2 and it like I have a screenshot saved on my Xbox of me standing on top of a hill looking out over like the lake and into the draw into the like the draw distance into like looking off into the mountains and the clouds and like it almost looks like someone like animated a picture from a real life scene. Like that's how good it looks. Like it just looks like you could like go find a spot that looks just like that somewhere in America and if you like painted it up it would look like what's on your screen. It
Hmm.
just that's why I loved Red Dead because they just did such a good job of making that game so it just felt so real in a lot of senses. Like everything looks so good, the sounds and all
Hmm.
that stuff. So yeah, I mean, and it's all opinion based, 110%. Like I also
For sure.
get the gripe with a lot of people. A lot of people complain about the uh the mechanics of Rockstar games like Grand Theft Auto and Red Dead. A lot of people don't like the movement and the running and all that stuff. I personally have never
Hmm.
had a problem with it. I don't mind tapping A to sprint. So
Yeah, it's not a problem. I've been doing it since I was a kid, man.
yeah, that's where I'm at. Like, I know I've had this conversation with Joe before. He definitely thinks it's outdated and clunky.
It
And
is.
it is outdated and clunky, but I don't care. Like I don't mind it.
Yeah,
Like it's just
it
for
still
me.
feels good to me.
Yeah, every time I
It's
pick
like
up
a good clunk.
yeah, every time I pick up GTA, I'm like click 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 click. Like I just know that's what I have to do and I'm fine with it.
Yep. Like
Uh,
immediately as soon as I have the option, that's what I'm
Ex-
doing.
exactly. Exactly. I just know how this
It's
game.
like programmed into my fucking brain, dude.
Yeah, after years of Grand Theft Auto 3, Grand Theft Auto Vice City,
Yep.
Grand Theft Auto San Andreas, Grand Theft Auto fucking Liberty City Stories, Grand Theft Auto Vice City Stories, Grand Theft Auto San Andreas Stories. Oh, I can keep going. So, yeah. Um and there was even a couple PSP titles that were only for PSP back in the day that I played a little bit. So, those games have been out forever. Um oh, dude, I got to blow my nose real quick.
Yeah, go for it.
Oh my Oh my gosh, I feel so much better.
Roll the difference.
Yeah, I can actually breathe.
Weird.
Yeah, so hopefully I expect greatness from Rockstar, but I'm really hoping we get to see that big leap like we do with the other GTA games. I want to see some crazy shit. And if this picture of the map that we've been seeing, this leak of the map that we've been seeing is correct,
Hmm.
hoo-wee, we're in for a fucking adventure. Um
Yeah, 12 hours to get from one side to the next.
yeah, okay, that is something I do want to talk about real quick before we go any further. Listen, as a GTA Online veteran, okay, who has properties all over that map, it is extremely annoying to have to drive from one side of that fucking map to the other to go do all of my shit. And after seeing the size of the GTA 6 map, I instantly was like, motherfucker. It is going to
Yeah.
be so much like if they have a separate GTA Online and that's what it is, first thing I'm purchasing is going to be a flying something. If the moment they add a flying car, it's fucking mine. I don't care what I have to do to get it. It's mine. That's how you're getting around. Ugh, Jesus, that map looks so big, but it looks sick though. I'm pretty excited to like
It
be
does.
like in a reimagined but supersized Vice City. Like
Hmm.
Vice City and San Andreas are the two games I most fondly remember because those are the ones I played like the most when I was like really growing up, like between like the ages of like 12 and 16. Like those were the games that I spent a lot of time playing. Um,
Hmm.
San
Yeah,
Andreas,
San Andreas and 3 for me.
yeah, San Andreas
The first one
especially.
that went 3D.
Yeah, San Andreas especially, but there was something about Vice City that I just really enjoyed and kept me coming back. I think it was because I've always kind of been a fan of Scarface a little bit, and
Yeah.
just very Scarface-esque. That movie is like not exactly, but it
Hmm.
is kind of Scarface-esque if you get,
It's
you
got
know what I mean.
moments.
Yeah, you know what I mean. Like the big mansion
Yeah.
and the fucking just the way that Tommy Vercetti kind of handles himself. Like I don't know, it was just
Yeah, because then there's also that fight in the mansion too. Like you bust down the doors and
yep,
shit. Like
you
it,
shoot
yeah, it's
everybody in the
there's
mansion and
definitely a
shit.
nod to Scarface. Yeah,
Oh yeah, 110%. So, and that game also for me, it had like some of my favorite music because it was like during the 80s.
yeah,
So like there was all that
yeah.
really awesome
Low
80s
key.
hair metal and like just all the awesome fucking rock music from the 80s. And then you could go to like that huge arena where you could ride the dirt bikes over the fucking
Yeah.
crazy course and shit. Like that Vice City was a ton of fun for like the weird little mini games they put in there.
Hmm. Yeah, incredible game. Yeah, I just remember with the first one that was 3D, number 3, I literally could memorize the hidden packages, all
Yep.
100 of them. So I would just like pick them up as soon as I unlocked the next island, and then just be done with the game, and then restart and do it again.
Yep. No, for uh for Vice City, I played that one so many times, and then Vice City was the first Grand Theft Auto they added flying vehicles in. That was when we got our first flying vehicle with the helicopters,
Oh yeah, yeah,
and then I'll never forget that first moment in San Andreas when you get to fly a jet for the first time. You're like, wait a minute, I
oh
can
yeah,
fly these, and you're just like, what? They added this, and then you jump out and you're parachuting. You're like, this game is amazing. Like it's just,
yep.
uh, yeah.
And that's
So
like in the first like few minutes, like that shit was nuts.
yeah, dude. So I'm super stoked to see what kind of jaw dropping moments we're gonna get with this new one because it was just like, I'm sure you've definitely played the story to GTA 5. If you haven't by now, what the hell?
Yeah, for real.
Um,
What are
but
you
the
doing?
but the opening sequence for
Uploads.
GTA 5 is fucking amazing. What's up, Lowe's? Um fucking you like I super love the opening sequence. You're robbing a bank out in the middle of nowhere, all the snow, the train, like they did so good. So,
Hmm.
I cannot wait for more news on GTA. That'll definitely be something I start covering more on my own channel as the time gets closer is just GTA stuff cuz I am fucking when those games come out, they are cultural events. Everybody knows
Hmm.
this. So when GTA 6 drops, it's going to be a massive I guarantee there's going to be more vacation requests on for those days than any other day in history in
Oh
modern
yeah,
history.
I'm definitely gonna.
Oh
I'm
yeah.
definitely gonna.
Oh yeah, dude.
My kid will be like 1.5, so
Yeah.
we
Well,
got it.
yep. See, exactly. He'll be old enough that it'll be a little bit easier to, take care of the little guy. Be easy for you to
Yeah,
get around.
perfect
I'll definitely be requesting like at least, like I'm gonna take like a week vacation for that shit. I am.
Yeah, I'm definitely trying to get a week off,
Yeah,
bro.
yeah, dude.
GTA 6, yeah.
Yeah, GTA 6 taking a week off, and we're just streaming for like I'm fucking gonna try to go for at least 12 hours on the first day.
72 hours.
72 hour stream. There's fucking loads of Red Bull, tons of Dubby. I'm gonna be
Watch me
snorting.
sleep in between.
I'm gonna be snorting Dubby powder live on stream. I'm just kidding.
Oh man, but for real though, like that's what it's like with GTA though.
Yeah, there's not
People go to whatever length to play it.
exactly like there's not a lot of games that I get like the last game I was that excited for was Starfield, and I also took days off for Starfield and sat at home and played it for days. So
I'm excited for Black Myth Wukong this year, so I might take a couple days depending on what day it falls on.
yeah, exactly. Like it's funny you can tell hype levels. Like for me, Rockstar games that like GTA, that's a week off of work. I need a week. I need a
Yeah,
week.
like at least.
The new Elder Scrolls game, when that drops, I'm gonna need a week. I'm gonna need a week at least. Um, just because it's fucking Elder Scrolls. Like I'm gonna wanna fucking just oh my god. That's the other thing. As soon as I see news about that, we talked about it last week. When I see news about that, dude, I nerded out super hard about that to myself. I was like, oh. It made me want to play Skyrim. It legitimately made me want to play Skyrim.
I could see it.
But
I don't have the copy anymore, so
I brought up the PSP a couple times, and that's because I have this interesting little article here that I wanted to read for everybody, which I thought was really funny, but it was also really interesting. A Google engineer helped Sony to patch an exploit that allowed PS Portal to run PSP games offline.
it's sick.
Yeah, a Google engineer who was part of a team that hacked the PlayStation Portal to enable offline PSP game emulation has assisted Sony in patching the exploit. The Portal, a streaming-only device designed for remote play of PS5 games on the handheld, lacked the ability to save physical games. In February, Google Cloud vulnerability researcher Andy, I cannot pronounce his last name, Guyen, in his Nguyen, I think it might be, and his team reveled in their successful hack, which involved running a PSP emulator natively offline. A recent firmware update 2.06 for the PlayStation Portal includes a fix for the exploit, which Nguyen's men helped identify and responsibly reported to Sony. Nguyen, known for previous PS Vita jailbreaks and PS4 vulnerability discoveries, clarified that the hack was intended to highlight the potential for exploiting streaming-only devices to run local software. Despite criticism from some players who wanted the exploit to be released publicly, Nguyen defended the decision to report it to Sony. He argued that Sony would have eventually fixed the issue regardless and emphasized that reporting the vulnerability allowed it for a quicker resolution, with only a few weeks difference compared to a public release. So, I mean, I guess so. But, I just still think that the Portal was kind of a dumb device in the first place. Like, why would you go through all the trouble of designing any kind of handheld that is streaming only? Like, I just feel like that's such a
Yeah.
waste. Like, what a miss for potential there, that you could have had a little handheld that you could hold games on natively and people could take with them, dude. You know how many more people would have put out money for a Portal if that was the case? Shit, I even would have bought
Yeah.
one if that was the case, to play Spider-Man 2 on the go? On the
Yeah,
go?
for real. They definitely missed out. Like I don't know what you're thinking there.
Yeah, it should have made it thicker. You should have made it natively. Like, that's why personally, like, there's a part of me that really wants to splurge and get a fucking a Steam Deck, or
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
One of those Lenovo things, because I mean, shit, I can play Spider-Man on that natively, and I've seen people play Spider-Man on those, and it runs amazing. And it plays Starfield. It plays tons of games. You can play tons of Xbox games on those too, and then I could just take it with me. Um. So yeah, I just how fucking frustrating at the same time, just because they would have had some gangbusters right there. So
Yeah, I don't know what they were doing.
um.
Sony's done some weird shit the last few years.
I mean, they're still kicking ass, but yeah, they have done some weird shit. I agree with you.
Like the fucking now the console doesn't have a disk drive, but you can like pay for the disk drive. It's like what? Just fucking give us two options. Make it easy.
Yeah. And if you buy the disc drive, Separately, it ends up being more money altogether than what just the fucking old school disc version costs.
Yeah, it's like, dude, you're overthinking it, guys. Come on.
Yeah, a little bit. My last big article um directly relates to kind of what we were talking about last week, with
Hmm.
Spencer talking about how the game industry is rethinking console exclusives. Um, the game industry is facing challenges including rising production costs, layoffs, and recalibration of console sales strategies. Xbox CEO Phil Spencer expressed concerns about the industry's growth and the need to move away from console exclusives to mitigate revenue losses. The recent wave of layoffs in the industry is attributed to the factors such as the aftermath of COVID-19, high interest rates, slowed growth, inflation, and negative sentiment affecting both the industry and gamers. PlayStation, Xbox, and EA has significantly reduced their staff, while Embracer has spun out recent acquisitions like Gearbox. Spencer highlighted a risk-averse publisher market. Highlighted the risk-averse publisher market, rising AAA game creation costs, and the flatlining console business, emphasizing the need for drastic changes. PlayStation has shifted its perspective on console exclusives, adopting a more PC aggressive release strategy. Sony's president Hiroki Totoki, I think that's how you say that. Forgive me if it's not. Discuss the potential for growth by releasing first party content on multiple platforms. PlayStation Studios head Herman Holst and Jim Ryan previously emphasized the importance and profitability of the PC business for PlayStation. Industry analysts attribute the changes to the macro current macroeconomic backdrop, wage inflation, and increasing game design costs, leading to a more risk averse market. The industry is reshaping to meet gamers' demands for wider access to games across various devices, with Xbox releasing former console exclusives on rival hardware and PlayStation ramping up PC ports. That's kind of a long one, but I find this subject very back and forthy because I agree, but I don't agree. I think competition is a great thing. I think competition breeds the
Yes.
best in the market. People always want to have the best thing, but I also agree with the sentiment of I kind of want to play. I kind of, well, I guess not so much play where whatever I want wherever I want, but more so I should say I want to play games with who I want from where I want. Does that make sense? Um,
No, totally. That I think that's where I'm at too. Like, aside from crossplay with PC, because like just there's
that,
always that
mm-hmm.
what if they're cheating or whatever issue. I think consoles should have crossplay only.
Yeah,
Um, I don't know. I like competition. I don't think there's an issue there. I've always wanted to have another console like an Xbox is like my second go-to.
exactly,
You and I have similar goals. You're ahead of me with like your stream setup, but that's the setup I want. Multiple
exactly,
consoles, I can stream whatever game basically, but like I don't mind supporting other companies. It's not about just supporting one. I prefer PlayStation, so that's the console I look to get first, but like I'm a broke bitch, so that's why.
yeah. Well, the other thing is like all jokes aside, neither of us are really big on like the whole like, oh, I'm a fanboy of this. Like it's it's
Yeah,
this only or nothing else. I can't
yeah.
stand that shit.
I definitely come to like most things with like a neutral perspective. So like I said, I try to support both if I can. Like I love Xbox games. Gears of War is literally my favorite franchise ever. Like I would die to play those games right now, but I just don't have an Xbox anymore. I used to play 360. That was like the best Xbox console I've ever owned. Uh, but
Yeah,
PS4 came out, I got that, then the PS5. So
exactly. So it's just one of those things. Like, you know, I got lucky because I had a friend help me out to get an Xbox when Battlefield 1 came out because all the homies were on Xbox playing Battlefield 1. No crossplay at the time, so I ended up getting an Xbox because I wanted to play Xbox with my friends, and that's what they were all on.
funny enough, the PS5 is the first console I've ever paid for like myself.
Oh, really?
Everything else has been gifted to me. Yeah. So like, I just never was able to get like the other console.
Oh, that's
So I've just been like lucky enough to have what I have.
okay. See, my PlayStation, I bought my own PlayStation 3 back in the day.
Hell yeah.
Um, my Xbox 360 was a Christmas present, and then my homie helped me to get an Xbox One, but I did pay for some of it. And then I paid for the Series X myself. That was the first
Nice.
console I ever bought for myself, or not the first one, but the biggest thing I've ever bought for myself, I should say. And then
Yeah.
Tiffany got me a PS5 for Christmas, which you all well
That's what's
know,
up.
and it's still the best. It's still the best Christmas present I've ever gotten. So,
Yeah, that's how most of mine have worked out, like birthday or Christmas. And then
hmm
I think my PS5 was gifted to me from M, but we kind of split that, so it's whatever. And then Emily and I split her console, so
exactly.
no, we've
Gotta
gotten two, but
gotta do what's
they're
right.
expensive, man.
Yeah, exactly. They're $500 a pop. And a lot of people go, "Why don't you just build a PC? You could play all those games on
Ugh.
PC." And it's like, dude, that's not the point, though. That's not the point.
Yeah, yeah. It's really not for me. Like I don't know. There's just something about booting up a console and just
Yep,
going.
yep. There's something about the turn on sound of the Xbox or the PlayStation.
Beep.
Yep, scrolling through the menu, clicking on my games, looking at my games. Like I just like it. I don't mind that it's limited. I have a PC right here, and I can do all the things, but
Yeah.
I don't need to play games on it. I like playing where I'm at. Ooh, I did not mean to pull that up on the screen. How did you right click? Bad. But yeah, I love my consoles. I always will. I'm gonna be a console baby forever, just because it's
Yeah.
what I do. So, um, the first video game I played was on a Super Nintendo. So, fucking goddamn Super Mario 3. Arguably the best Super Mario. I don't care what anybody says. Oh, no, that's not true. Super Mario Bros. 2. Super Mario Bros. 2 was arguably my favorite one because it was the trippiest and it was weird as fuck. So, in Lowe's, much love, brother. I'm hoping a little bit later today I'm gonna get some Warzone in Witches. I've been wanting to play some Warzone. Um, but that was the last for my gaming articles today. Just
Oh,
those
okay.
three. Just
All
those
right.
three. Is
Nice.
again kind of a slow news week. The only other thing I guess I could bring
Oh,
up real
well.
quick, the previews for Hellblade 2 are out. Um Hearing lots of positive things. Seeing lots of positive talk about it, that the combat looks incredible, the graphics are looking incredible. There was a bit of drama because it was confirmed that the game will be running at 30 frames per second. A lot of people were pretty upset about that. For PC players out there, yes, you can get 60. I don't know what the PC requirements are. I'm assuming they're pretty hefty. The game is very heavy on the fidelity side, so just be wary of that. I would love to see the PC specs. I don't know if they're out yet. Um, but the gameplay looked very interesting, very gritty. So pretty excited to see
Nice.
how that turns out for everybody. I think it it looks a lot better than the first one did to me. So, um, but that's just my opinion. So, and also, hot take, um, 30 frames per second doesn't bother me. I notice
Yeah.
it. I'm not gonna sit here and say that I don't notice it because I can definitely tell the difference, but it's not a game breaker for me by any means, and it never will be. Do I prefer?
Yeah. Not a game breaker, but it would be nice.
Yeah, do I prefer to play in 60? Of course, it's smooth. It looks better. Will it make or break a decision on for me to play a game for almost 200 hours? No. Do I have proof of that? Yes, Starfield. Um,
Right.
so it's just one of those things. Like I don't, I get what everybody's complaining about with the everybody wanting it to be 60, but it's just not a make or break for me. So damn, Kyle. I just
Yeah,
watched you
that
get a
shot. Yeah.
triple. Just fucking
Oh
three.
yeah, this spot right here.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I just watched you
I
get
think you're
three.
slightly ahead of me.
Yeah, I just watched you get three of those dudes. Kill one guy with a
Hell
headshot
yeah.
up. Oh, and there's the fourth one. My God, dude, you just wiped the whole team.
Almost, yeah.
No wonder Brandon was calling you the carry last night.
Yeah, some of those elimination games I can definitely get on a roll. Like you can get one guy and then just get into a spot where like they just don't know quite where you're at and then just screen peek until they're exposed and pop out and get a quick couple shots on them.
Yeah, that's
It's all it
fair.
takes is one shot, man, especially like LMGs and some of those higher grade ARs. It's like one shot kills from like pretty far out.
That
Unless they have
L96.
armor, but oh yeah, I me and this guy right here go back and forth, dude. I finally get him, but dude, I took like 4 or 5 shots. So fucking funny. Is that it? Was that it for games?
Yeah, but that was it for games for me. I think I just wanted to I mention real quick, Hellblade 2, because I know that there's a couple people in
Nice.
the Discord that definitely like it. I think Joe said something about looking forward to it, so um, I hope that he definitely checks it out on PC because I'd like to see what it looks like on PC.
Yeah, I'm sure he'll maybe cover it a little bit. His channel's huge, so he's got to stay up with the times.
Yeah, he's Mr. Big Shot Celebrity now.
Yeah, yeah. His YouTube's popping off, man.
So
That's sick.
yeah.
Um, but for like movie stuff, not a ton of huge news. Most recently today or yesterday, um, Hiroyuki Sanada, I believe is how you pronounce his last name,
Mhm.
said he wants to be in a Star Wars project, and I thought that was pretty cool because he's just such a good actor, and I love him in Shogun. He's I forget his name in the show. It's been a couple weeks since I've watched, but
Isn't that the
um,
main guy? Like the main
yeah,
older
the
dude?
main one, yeah,
Yeah, yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah,
I
Tanaga,
yeah, I love him.
yeah,
He is such a good he's such a good actor, I think, for one, like in both languages. In both languages. Like even when he's speaking English, I'm like, dude, you're 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 kind of like his I'm pretty sure that guy's the one that I think we're talking about the same guy.
yes, I
Yeah,
think so.
yeah, the main Shogun guy, like the guy who was holding the Falcon in the first episode, like the guy who was Falcon hunting, the older guy.
Yeah, yeah. I
Yeah,
think his last name is Tanaga,
I was gonna look it up real quick right now because Sonata,
but
yeah,
okay,
Hiroyuki
yeah,
Sonata.
yep, okay.
God, what movie? There was another movie. Oh yeah, that's right. He's in The Last Samurai, 47 Ronin, and he's in Rush Hour 3. That's why I recognized him. He's doesn't
Oh,
he plays Jackie Chan's brother in or Jackie Chan's like freaking Yakuza brother in Rush Hour 3, I'm pretty
oh
sure.
wow.
That's why I
I
recognized
haven't
him
seen those
so
in forever.
hard.
That's crazy.
Yeah, small world, right?
Yeah.
Technically. God, he was in the Wolverine as well. Um
Oh wow.
let's see, just
Yeah, he's definitely come up the last few years. I need to like go back and like watch a filmography of his.
yeah, he's got well, all of his movies are all pretty awesome ones. 47 Ronin. If you like a good
Yeah,
just
those are good.
yeah, if you like just a ridiculous action movie, 47 Ronin was awesome. He's in John Wick 4, the
Yep.
2021 Mortal Kombat, Bullet
Yeah,
Train.
that's a good movie actually.
Bullet Train was freaking pretty cool as well. Um, but yeah, he was in The Wolverine in 2013, so he's that guy's done quite a bit of movies, but I really love Sonata. I like his acting style, and that's why I said I recognized him right off the bat. It was Rush Hour 3, because he plays fucking Jackie's brother. So
That's crazy. Yeah, time to do some digging and watch a bunch of those movies again
I
because,
think that just means it's
like I
time
say,
to
he's,
watch Rush Hour again. 1, 2, and 3.
yeah,
I fucking
he's
love
just one
Rush
of those
Hour.
that like you recognize him a lot more now
Hmm.
with some of these later roles. So then I would just want to like go back and like see where he's at in those other ones.
Yep. And I mean, any excuse to
Um,
watch Rush Hour is a is awesome with me
Yeah,
because I fucking
I
love
think they're doing a new one. So
yeah, dude, the combination of Jackie Chan and Chris Tucker, gold, fucking
yeah,
gold, dude.
for real though. On Tuesday we should be getting a trailer for the Joker, the
The
Boulet
musical,
Deuce.
the musical. That's I've seen so
Yeah.
many people talk about it that it's that most of it. A lot of people are not super thrilled about it being a musical, but we'll see how it turns out.
Well, so they touched up on that. I think it's going to be more kind of like the animated series where it's like quick song and dances and whatever the act of whatever they're doing, like robbing a bank or
Oh, okay.
beating someone up. It's going to be like kind of comical, but like kind of serious. Like someone's going to get the shit beat out of them, but they're going to be singing and dancing.
Well, yeah, we'll see what happens. Like, to be 100% honest with you, I still have not seen the first Joker that they came out with Joaquin Phoenix. I still have not sat down and watched that. Um, I just
It'll definitely be a different take than that movie. Like there
yeah
is some of that, but like it's going to be kind of
yeah.
a lot more.
Yeah, I still haven't watched it, and I guess part of it for me is, just wasn't really that interested. I I like Batman a lot, but I'm not like I just was never really that interested to sit down and watch it. Like it wasn't a movie that made me feel like I had to sit down and watch it.
It's interesting because it's like a Joker movie, but it's a really good take on just the struggles of mental health
Hmm.
and societal problems that we deal with because of our shitty system here in America specifically, I would say. But
Oh no, for
just
sure.
the corporation and some of that, the corruption.
And I've seen a
I don't know.
lot
It's a
of
really good movie.
I've seen a lot of really good clips from it as well. Like the one where he shoots Robert De Niro on the stage.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I've watched that. I've seen that exact clip all the way through. So like, I know the movie, and I've heard a lot of people talk really good things about it. And Joaquin Phoenix was said to have done one of his best performances ever for that movie. So mad respect.
Yeah.
Um, I'm also a child who was born in 1995, and Heath Ledger will forever be my Joker. It's very hard for me.
I
All
don't
right.
think there's anything wrong with that. I think Joaquin just gives a different perspective
Yeah.
because leading into that scene, you may not have seen it because you haven't watched the movie, but I don't know if that clip included it. Um, he has a totally different plan going into that. So I think it's just like one of those like he literally just snaps and his plan totally changes, and
Yeah.
then he's like, "Okay, I'm the Joker."
Yeah, and that's totally and I can respect that. I'm sure there's like build up to that and stuff. Um I just like I said, it wasn't one of those movies that made me feel like I had to go watch it. Um
I can see that because it is like it's a Joker movie,
yeah,
but
it's the Joker movie, and I'm just like not I was never like all like I love the Joker, but I'm not like super obsessed. And also like I grew up with like the old school Joker, like I grew up with fucking what's his face?
Mark Hamill.
Not Mark Hamill, the
Oh,
movies.
like live action, like Jack Nick.
Yeah, Jack Nicholson. Yeah, like that's the first Joker I ever seen was Nicholson's Joker. You know what I mean? Like that was the first one I ever
Mhm.
seen. So, um
Yeah,
it was, and like I said, nothing but respect for Joaquin Phoenix because he won awards for that for a reason. His acting job was phenomenal in that movie.
it was really
Yeah.
good.
Um I don't know, like I said, it's just not my thing. Like I'm very much a fucking meathead when it comes to movies. I love action
Hmm.
movies. I love a good action movie. I like sports movies as well, surprisingly. Like I do love a good sports movie. I'll never turn one of those down, you know what I mean? Um
Yeah, it's definitely one of those like sit down and think. There
yeah,
is some action, but like
exactly. And I don't mind one of
intermittently.
those movies every once in a while. Like one of my favorite movies of all time that's one of those mind fuck movies is Shutter Island.
Oh yeah,
That
that's a
movie,
good
that
one.
movie mind fucked me the first time I watched it. I was like, "What did I just watch?"
Still does.
Yeah, dude. So
Turns out it still does.
it turns out it's still a mind fuck. No, I totally so like much respect because that those movies are great, but
Hmm.
It's just I can't watch them all the time. I don't like those types of. I like I'm. It's cheesy, might be a hot take, but I like those classic. Good guy might fall down for a minute, but good guy wins. Good guy wins every time.
Yeah.
I like that shit. All right.
Yeah. And that's another thing with that movie is like it really like you don't want to cheer for the bad guy, but like
Yeah,
he's
exactly.
being treated poorly and no one's listening. Like it, and I think that was like another purpose like behind the movie. So there's just a lot of things that like get you thinking about it when you're watching it.
I mean, it's one of
But
the it's one of the reasons I love John Wick so much.
yeah,
Kill man's dog, steal his car. He comes for you,
yeah,
kills all of you. That's what you
yeah,
get for killing his
literally
puppy.
straight up. Speaking of Keanu,
Mm.
which actually maybe not because it's unclear if him and Carrie and Moss will return, but there's a new Matrix movie in the works with Drew Goddard, with being the writer and director.
Oh, the last one
I
wasn't.
imagine
The last one
it's
wasn't
hard
bad
to
enough.
imagine.
They have to outdo it.
I guess, but it's hard to imagine Keanu and Carrie Ann not returning for that.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure they're going to, but why are we doing another Matrix movie? Just leave it alone.
I've seen some call it Matrix 5, but this one was from Rotten Tomatoes, and I tend to trust them a little more than some of those other outlets, but they just call it all new The Matrix movie. So we'll see. Maybe it's a remake or maybe a different timeline.
I mean, I'm
Maybe
gonna
it's not
watch it.
like maybe it's not like a Neo. Maybe it's something else.
I mean,
Who
I'm
knows?
gonna watch it because, especially if Keanu Reeves is involved, because I love Keanu Reeves. I got a bit of a
Yeah,
man.
it's
I got a
hard to
bit
imagine he's
of
not in it
I got a bit of a man crush on that dude. I won't lie. Keanu Reeves is the man. But
for
also,
sure.
I
And like,
constantly worry all the time that somehow, some way, something's gonna come out about that dude, and he's not gonna be the fucking knight in shining armor that he seems to be. Like, there's nothing like all of his pictures. He's always got his hands off of like he'll always put his arm around some lady in all the pictures, but his hands always like a couple inches off of that
yeah,
person.
off.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like he's
he's
so
super respectful.
yeah, he's super respectful. There's videos of him in the subway, like standing up and giving people his seat when he's sitting down, and he'll like just be chilling on the subway and no one's like crowding him or surrounding him and shit. Like I said, I'm just
Yeah.
waiting. Like there's got to be something eventually that's gonna happen, and I just feel like
No.
yeah, exactly. I don't want it to, but I just feel like the ball's gonna drop. Like what kind of a world do we live in right now, dude? Like, did you see the P
There's
Diddy
some
thing
good ones
coming?
out there.
Did you see the story of P Diddler coming our way? I sure didn't.
Like
50's been
not
hinting for a
necessarily
while, sure, but I just figured 50 was talking shit. All right.
for sure. I don't know. Some of those like big names, like I don't know that like a Ludacris would be maybe involved in that kind of stuff, but like
I sure hope
a lot
not.
of those guys aren't in the spotlight like P. Diddy was. It's
Keep
a little different,
keep
you
my
know?
boy Luda clean. Keep my boy Luda clean, please.
Yeah, I'm just trying to think of another like monster name, but like not quite P. Diddy.
Dude,
That's huge.
I feel like, dude, like
Like, what
Pete.
about Jay-Z? That he's bigger than P. Diddy, I'd say.
Yeah, dude, exactly. Like, that shit is scary, dude. Like, shit is
Yeah.
scary. And when you reach the level of fame that Keanu Reeves has gotten to, like,
Yeah, and that's what I'm trying to like allude to is like him and like Christian Bales and those kind of people. They're not in that
I,
spotlight. They're like underneath it.
yeah, well, I sure
So I
hope
think
so.
those types are good.
I
I
sure hope
hope.
so. I sure hope so because my God, it
I'm
would
just subdued in my stream room.
yeah, it would crush me if something came out about fucking Keanu Reeves. I'd be like, no. It's like
Yeah,
it was like when
for sure.
it was like when all that drama came out about Danny Masterson. I
Yeah,
was like,
yeah,
hide, why? Why does it
yeah.
have
And
to be hide?
all the show with like Nickelodeon, Dan Schneider, like that's
Yeah,
ugh,
just
yeah.
ruined every
It's
single
it's
kid show that
it's
you've ever
tough.
watched.
Yeah, and a few of those actresses and actors have not totally come out like prior to this, but like have said stuff and like no one batted an eye at it.
Dude.
So
Yeah.
just sucks.
Tiffany watched that whole Nickelodeon thing, and I guess it was pretty rough to watch.
Oh yeah, we're going to. We're just, we got to be in the mindset for that kind of stuff, like
It's hard to watch,
yeah, these are
especially if
people we grew up watching. We
they're
don't know them personally, but like it hits the feels, man.
well. It hits the
It can
feels in a
happen to anyone.
it hits the feels in a different way, especially for you guys now, with you guys having a son almost
A
here.
kid, yeah,
Yeah, you
yeah,
guys have a son
yeah.
who's almost here. So, I can only imagine how much more that would be to watch, just knowing that you have a son that's going to go into the world eventually. And it's like, fuck, man,
Yeah,
it's so,
it's gonna be emotional.
exactly. It's going to be an emotional thing to watch because it's like, dude, and the sick part is, dude, is some of those parents fucking knew that shit was happening and they let
New,
it.
yep,
They
hundred
let it
percent.
happen, dude. And that's the part that made me sick, dude. I was like, how can that go down, dude?
Yeah,
But
sickening.
yeah.
Uh, but moving on.
Yeah,
uh,
from the sad stuff.
we got a first look at Christian Bale as Frankenstein.
Ooh, interesting.
As well as Jessie Buckley as the bride. She looks a little less stitchy.
Okay.
Actually, you don't see any stitches on her, but you got a little like paint or something on the side of her face. But Christian Bale looks really good. I'm sure some people ripped him up because you can kind of see like a tattoo a little bit. But
Hell
I think we
yeah.
just need some background on the movie and see where maybe that Frankenstein comes from because that was a person before Frankenstein, so
Hell yeah.
I'm sure there's some background as to like where the parts came from.
Yeah, dude. How many different parts we talking about here?
Yeah, he looks incredible though. I love the stitching on his forehead and then like across the collarbone, and that's where like the tattoo kind of touches up. And this is also directed by Maggie Gyllenhaal, who played Rachel in Batman. So him and
Okay.
or her and Christian Bale know each other, so
Okay.
should be
Okay.
a good fit.
Yeah.
Um, with a ton of the Disney stuff being public domain, we're getting a ton of horror themed stuff. So, like,
The
most recently, we got a trailer for Bambi: The Reckoning.
Yeah, I seen that shit and I was like, what the actual fuck am I watching right now, dude?
I don't know why they're doing like horror themed stuff, but I
Dude,
kind of love it.
the
I wish
part
Blood and Honey was better. I'm really disappointed with the first one, so hopefully the second one picks it up because we get Tigger in that one.
dude, fucking the trailer I watched for that fucking Bambi horror movie had me laughing my ass off, dude. At the end of it, when
Oh,
that
same.
fucking crazy ass fucking deer come running out of the woods and just flipped a car
Fuck that car.
with some of the worst fucking 2010 CGI I have ever seen in my life, dude.
Yeah, it doesn't look great. I don't know what they're doing to like just throw these out there so quick, but they need to do a little bit better job.
Yeah, I'm sorry, but in 2024, I just don't feel like there's an excuse for that animation. Unless your budget is that low.
Yeah, and that's what I think with Blood and Honey too. It's like these like they're just going like low budget bullshit.
Maybe that's the art
I don't
style and we're
know.
just shitting all over it. Maybe that's what they're going for, and I just shit all over their dreams.
Well, it's not good. I don't
It's
know, man.
not
Blood and Honey
good.
sucked.
It's not good.
Blood and, Blood and Honey was one of the worst horror movies I've ever watched. And like
Oh.
I'm pretty hard on slasher films because they're all pretty bad, but like that shit was terrible.
Oh, that sucks to dude, I mean it's kind of funny though.
I wish they would have just waited until Tigger was in public domain and then he could have just had a better origin. So like now Blood and Honey 2 just fucking is set up for failure. So I don't know.
It's
Not high hopes on Bambi either, so we'll see.
Yeah, dude. Not
Um,
high hopes on Bambi for sure.
I'll watch me take a bunch of fall damaging. Fucking idiot. um, we got a confirmation I'm pretty sure on Dune Messiah is now in development. So we get the third installment to uh, Denny Villeneuve's trilogy of Dune. So it should be very good. I think it was kind of hard to imagine it not coming to fruition. So just a matter of time.
I still gotta watch the other two.
It was so good, man. Like I said, it wasn't like the craziest movie I've ever seen, but it was just like solid. So
Word,
I think you'll like it.
word.
I didn't watch the trailer because I'm not like the hugest Star Wars fan. But Tales of the Empire trailer dropped for Disney Plus, so whoever's got that, I'm sure you guys will be interested for that.
I'll have to check. I'll have to check into that because I like Star Wars stuff and I did not know about that. So
The animation looks cool.
sweet.
Saw a couple of stills.
I'll have to check it out because
From
yeah, I've been itching for some good Star Wars stuff. Like I'll be scrolling through reels and you know how like people making some really badass edits of like just like
mhm.
taking scenes out and like there was one that was done for Obi-Wan and I was like, yeah, I like honestly Obi-Wan is like probably my favorite Star Wars character. Like he's just the fucking badass throughout the show. So
Mhm.
I definitely
Yeah, Obi-Wan stuff. I always like Darth Maul because of the dual lightsabers,
oh
but
yeah.
that's just like little kid me, like, oh my God.
Yeah. I mean, I just Obi-Wan's always been and then I also gained a lot more respect for Obi-Wan like after like watching the his own little series and getting to see the little side
Yeah.
story that they did for him and like all the shit that Obi-Wan's gone through, I was like, yo, like that guy's the real one, dude.
Yeah, it is kind of nice that they like touched up on him because he seems so like huge in the Star Wars franchise, but you don't really like get any of that.
Well, that and like also like it's kind of a little bit hard like have you seen all of the Star Wars movies? Like the at least the first 6? Have you seen those ones?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, then like after watching episode 3, which arguably is in my opinion the best of all of the movies is episode 3. Like
Hmm.
there's so much tension and emotion between Obi-Wan and Anakin right there at the end when he's like fucking burning up next to the lava river and Obi-Wan just leaves him there
Yeah.
to die. And the series that Disney Plus did with Obi-Wan is excellent closure for Obi-Wan and Anakin. It's excellent
Hmm.
closure. It's the face off that I always wanted to see. Like
Hell yeah.
because I knew that they were eventually going to have to fight each other again. And
Yep.
they did a really great job of like playing like using the old movies to kind of play into the script in my opinion because like there's a part where Obi-Wan and Darth Vader are talking after they've had a pretty intense battle and Obi-Wan has opened up a huge chunk of Darth Vader's mask and
Hmm.
there you can see a bit of Anakin's face that's all burnt up and shit and Obi-Wan says um he like gets kind of emotional because he's seen Anakin's face, like he can see his face again. He gets kind of emotional. He like
Yeah.
apologizes to Anakin. He's like, "I'm sorry," and he's like, and Anakin and Darth Vader stops. He's like, "You didn't kill Anakin Skywalker. I did." And I think that was that. I think that was like that was what Obi-Wan needed to hear for him to be able to move on a little bit. Because if you watch the
Yeah.
beginning of Obi-Wan, you can tell like the dude's just depressed. Like
Hmm.
he's lost. He has no idea what he's like. It's right after the fall of the Jedi. He's very lost and he has no idea what he wants to do with himself. And then the kid, Leia comes along in his life essentially and fucking is the reason and you also kind of see the reason why Leia knows that Ben can help because he like rescues her as a young child from being fucking taken and then gets to fight fucking Darth Vader when he's still young. Like if you're a Star Wars fan in any aspect, even if you don't like all of it, I highly suggest at least checking out the Obi-Wan series on Disney Plus just because it's a really good piece of side story that kind of gives a little bit more answers as to the story between Obi-Wan and Anakin. It's really awesome.
Yeah, I have wanted to watch some of those on like Disney Plus, The Mandalorian and
Oh, The Mandalorian's
uh,
hella worth it. Like even if you're not a
yeah,
big Star Wars fan, The Mandalorian on its own is hella worth it because it's exciting. Like it's
right.
just
Yeah, I've heard
exciting.
that a lot. And I was like, all right, cool. Like I can definitely get behind that. Just I don't have it, so working on
Yeah,
it.
no, Disney Plus.
I
And
will get them eventually.
there's so many goddamn subscription services. Like I don't fucking blame
I
you.
know, man. Can we just have one?
Yeah, one big one.
Figure it out, guys.
Everything's on this just one right here, please.
I don't even care if it's one mega corporation anymore. I just want one subscription, please.
Yep, exactly.
I think the last bit I have though is Julia Garner is playing Silver Surfer in Fantastic Four.
I did see that.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. It might be a movie I might check out. All the Fantastic Four has been kind of terrible, even when um oh my God, I can't think of his name. Captain America was in it.
Oh man, I love the
They
first two. I
they
love the
were
first
okay.
ones. I love
They're,
those.
they're okay.
I grew
They're
up I
okay.
grew up watching those, dude. So I fucking love them, dude. I loved that he was fucking Johnny Blaze. He was such a little hothead.
Yeah, I think he was like the best part of it. A little comedy.
No, dude, the
Uh,
rock guy.
I,
The fucking
I
rock
don't know.
guy was hilarious to me, dude. He cracked me the fuck up, dude. As much as he fucked with him and they fucked with each other, I love that shit.
Yeah,
I love that.
yeah, they had a good relationship.
And also,
Um,
me as a young teenage boy, Jessica Alba, thank you. Yes, please. I'll watch that. I'll watch that movie every time.
that's funny. But I think that's all I have. Yeah,
A
it's
new
been not
Fantastic
a
Four.
super
Interesting.
eventful week, but we're getting some news, getting some trailers as usual. What was the trailer that I skipped over? Boy Kills World, another Bill Skarsgård movie coming out where he's just beating the shit out of people. So that could be good.
You didn't even like the Silver Surfer, the second one?
Dude, I just Marvel movies aren't that good.
Ah, dude, I fucking love the second one, dude. I
I
love.
love like the MCU early on. Thought they did a really fantastic job with like Iron Man. I wish they fucking did a Hulk movie. Missed opportunity. Thor's were really good.
Up
I don't know.
until after Ragnarok. They were good until Ragnarok. Oh, no, no, no. Ragnarok was still good. It was after Ragnarok.
I don't think I watched Ragnarok yet, so I'm so behind on the
Oh, okay.
MCU.
Well,
That's for sure. I know that. Like I haven't even watched the third Avengers movie, so
oh, okay. Well,
um,
if you the third Avengers movie is worth it, and then Thor Ragnarok is definitely worth watching because that one's like
yeah.
if Thor Ragnarok explains why Thor has an axe now instead of Mjolnir.
Nice.
Just yeah, if just to give you a little bit of context, and to be honest with you, arguably the funniest of the MCU movies.
Oh God.
I laughed more times at that movie, watching that movie, than I think I did any of the other ones.
That's where Hulk's with him, right?
Yes, yes.
Yeah,
It's where
okay,
Hulk's
okay.
with
That
him.
makes sense because they're like buddies,
Yeah,
so that
like
makes sense.
well, Loki's in it as well. And
Yeah.
there's some great scenes. There's some great scenes in that movie. That there's one in particular near the end. I'm not gonna say anything. It's just it has to do with the Hulk in particular, and it is the most anticlimactic yet funniest fucking scene I have ever seen in a movie. Like I laughed so fucking hard I had to pause the movie the first time I watched it because it was too good, dude. I did not. Oh, it's so anticlimactic. It's just you're like waiting for this badass moment and then it's nothing.
That's funny.
uh so I that and I really like the Guardians of the Galaxy movies. I don't know about you. I thought those were really excellently well done with the
I
MCU
watched the
movies.
first one. I don't think I watched the other two though. Again,
The
way
second
behind.
one's good. The third one I have not seen
Hmm.
either. I kind of fell
It's
off
a little
after.
preview of what James Gunn is going to do to the DC, I think. So we shall
Uh,
see.
See, I can tell you this for a fact. I have watched all the Avengers movies. I watched the end game part two.
Hmm.
Not necessarily how I would have ended the fucking thing, but it is what it is. All right, it is what it is.
Yeah.
Still good though. Still good. I don't know. I like superhero movies. I've always been a sucker for all superhero movies. So it doesn't to me it doesn't matter if it's DC or Marvel. I like them both. I like both styles.
I do too. I definitely see the appeal to Marvel. It's something more lighthearted, kid friendly. And like, I remember being at a grocery store one day and I bought, I think it was The Killing Joke. So that's like a very dark DC take on Batman and Joker.
Uh-huh.
But the lady was like, parental advisory. I thought these are superheroes. And I don't know. I've just always preferred like that dark
Mhm.
tone to like superheroes because to me, superheroes' lives aren't like very fun. Yes, some are like super strong and can like do whatever they want, but like they have feelings and like life sucks probably, especially like for Superman, he had to like hone in his abilities. He had to like just be a quiet kid and not hurt anyone when he was being bullied.
Well, okay,
So he
but
like has all this built up tension and stuff like that. And like, how does he let it out?
I
Because
think
he's so much stronger than everyone.
but I think but the thing is though is the Marvel superhero movies aren't oh my life is fun. I think
No,
I
there's
think the
definitely dark moments. I just like the darker feel to it because
but
I know what I go
I
through
think
with
it's
like
two different
depression and
perspectives.
stuff like that.
I think it's two different
And
perspectives at play here. I think one is glass half full, one is glass half empty. Because yes,
100%.
the Marvel movies are just I think shot from a more light-hearted, hopeful perspective, and the DC movies are more from the gritty, hard part of life, if that makes sense.
Totally.
Okay.
And that's not like my upbringing. Like
Yeah.
I always consider myself to be like pretty spoiled and stuff, but like I know what I go through with like depression and I'm like super down on myself when I shouldn't be. But that's why I like DC a lot more is because like I relate a lot better to just super hard and like life sucks, even though like it isn't. It just, I got to get through this. But I do really enjoy like some of those Marvel movies.
Mhm.
So I definitely see like their take on it and see the appeal to it because it is still dark, but it's more of a like a lighthearted take on it.
Yeah, well that and then Marvel's also got its characters that are just completely dark. Like Punisher,
Yeah.
for example. Like
Yeah.
Punisher's my favorite example of that. Like that guy is all fucking misery. Like that guy's life has not been easy whatsoever
Yeah, fuck
in
him.
his story. So, there's a few characters and you could say the same thing for somebody like somebody like Ghost Rider as well. Like, yeah, he had it
Hmm.
kind of easy, but
Daredevil.
yeah, but he, Daredevil's another great example. I mean, fucking, he got blinded by chemicals at a fucking very young age. Um,
Yeah.
yeah, so it's just lots of things like that. Like I think that's the great difference between those two is that Marvel is more of that glass half full side and
Hmm.
DC is that glass half empty side, but not in a bad
Yep.
way. I don't mean that in a bad way, if you know what I mean. They're just one's
No,
light,
I
one's
totally
dark.
get it. It's being pessimistic versus optimistic.
Yes,
But you're still gonna come out through the other side.
exactly.
I think that's the most important thing with DC is like, it's shitty, but like you'll come out fun.
Hmm.
But
But
such is life.
exactly, such is life. Um, but besides that, I think that's all for me.
Yeah, man.
I don't have any sports stuff to talk about because, like we talked about before the pod, I mean, the only sporting event that's coming up that I care about that everybody knows about is that Jake Paul is gonna fight Mike Tyson. And if you don't know, you can watch it for free on Netflix. We all need to watch Mike
Yeah,
Tyson.
Netflix will have it.
I'm fully confident that Mike Tyson's gonna win.
I
I
hope so, man. I'm not like a fighter. Like I don't watch any. I've never really been into it, but like, bro, like can someone just sit this guy down? Like, he's such a fucking piece of shit.
He might be 57, but let's be real here. Mike Tyson is still Mike fucking Tyson.
Yeah, he's not just gonna lose that. Like, I just watched Tom Cruise sprint down a highway for Mission Impossible 5 or whatever the fuck. Like, I'm sure he's fine.
Yeah. And his training videos that he's been posting on social media, terrifying. Listen to me.
Yeah, he'd still hit like a truck, bro.
And he moves. That guy can still
Yeah.
move, dude. I don't understand why Jake Paul thinks this is gonna be some kind of cleanup, dude. I think the only thing that's about to happen is you highly underestimated the skill of this old man.
Yeah, straight up.
So, and another good point that like Joe Rogan was talking about that I listened to. He said, today's 57-year-old isn't 1990 57-year-old. Technology is
Yeah.
vastly different. Training methods are vastly different. Um,
Yeah, and he's made his money, man. You think he's not just like staying in shape?
exactly. That's the
Yeah,
other thing. Like I think
he'll be doing fine.
yeah, I think we're about to see something go down, and I'm pretty excited to see what goes down because
Dude, give me a first round knockout, bro.
oh, dude, if Mike Tyson actually knocks him unconscious, I am going to cheer so loud. Like that's just let me see this old man put it to him.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Yeah. For sports for me, like playoffs haven't started yet for hockey, so we're getting close. Like there's 7 games left for the Leafs. Some teams have like 4 left,
Is that
so
guy gonna
getting
get
super
his?
close.
Is that guy gonna get his 69?
Dude, I hope he gets 70. Fuck 69. It's just so rare to hit the 7. So I just want to see it. I don't even care that if it was another player. Like it's just so rare to see. Connor McDavid didn't do it the year before, so it's like Matthews could be the first in fucking I don't know how long. First in modern cap era. So that would be sick. He's one away from the record in the cap era. So we're
I
just
know,
hoping, man.
I know it's
Hopefully he
annoying.
stays healthy. That's the most important because they are clinched for the playoffs. So
I know it's annoying, but
don't
like,
need any late season injuries. If he gets stuck at 69, it'll be funny. But just man,
I'm gonna
one
laugh.
more.
I'm gonna laugh so hard if he gets stuck at 69.
What's crazy too is like he leads the league in like hit posts, and I'm just like, oh my god, if just one of those went in and he's stuck at 69, I'd just be so pissed.
I think it
uh,
would be pretty
I
fucking
know.
funny, personally.
It would be. I mean, like I said, it would be the most in like at least 30 years. So
Still
it's
a
still a
lot.
very phenomenal feat.
Yes, for sure. Um.
So, but
All
yeah,
right. Well,
that's basically it though.
let's wrap this puppy up then, and I'll start the
Yeah.
upload, and then I'll probably join somebody in some games because I can't stream for a little while. And like I told you earlier, I might have played hooky today, so
Sick.
so I am big chillin'. Um,
Cool.
yeah, so as per usual, thanks everybody who came and lurked and has been listening, and big thanks to those who listen afterwards. We'll be live on YouTube. We'll be going up to YouTube and Spotify and Google Podcasts and Apple Podcasts and pretty much everywhere else you listen to podcasts. Please check us out, like, share, subscribe, all the things. Appreciate y'all. Have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your day.
Bye everyone. Thanks for hanging out.
Where's the